Hello and welcome to Code Football. Manchester City and Liverpool are two of the best teams in the game right now. It is very interesting that both teams use the same formation, the 4-3-3, which becomes 2-3-5 in the attack. There are a lot of similarities between these two in terms of winning percentage, possession dominance, attacking intent, counter-pressing, and world-class players, but there are a few differences. First and foremost, Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola are attack-minded coaches. Klopp's football has been described as heavy metal. His Liverpool is brilliant at pressing the opposition to force turnovers as high up the pitch as possible. Guardiola wants midfield control, ball retention, and possession play. City like to control games, they build attacks with positional play and lots of short passes. Let's discuss the differences between these great sides. There is a very crucial saying in football: get fat while attacking and get slim while defending. Like any other top quality team, this strategy is also implemented by both Liverpool and Manchester City. However, their ways of creating width in attack are completely different. Liverpool's use of fullbacks is much different from City. Liverpool plays with a narrow front three, which forces the opposition defense to get narrow, and their fullbacks feature heavily in the attack. Manchester City uses their wingers for attacking width. A way to judge the different ways that both sides create width is to look at the type of goals scored by both of these teams. Man City has become the masters of scoring from cutbacks in the penalty box, where a winger makes a late run from wide. Meanwhile, Liverpool's front three score a lot of goals in and around the penalty area, from crosses or movement. Liverpool's fullbacks are heavily involved in their attacking phase, as shown by Alexander-Arnold's and Robertson's assists. City's fullbacks are used in a different way. Man City applies what is called inverted fullbacks, where instead of doing the overlaps, their fullbacks join the midfield to offer passing options. Guardiola loves possession football, so, with Man City's wingers being wide, with their midfield two playing between the lines, then that leaves gaps in midfield, which are filled by City's fullbacks. This strategy is brilliant in stopping opposition counter-attacks and doing their own counter-pressing when City loses the ball. An absolutely massive difference between the two sides is the way both coaches use their midfielders. The Premier League champions have midfielders with a lot of quality for slick passes and creativity. Meanwhile, Liverpool has a more combative midfield. Actually, the midfield choices of both coaches perfectly sum up their philosophy. Guardiola wants neat interplay while Klopp wants energy. Pep uses his midfielders to combine with the wingers to create goals, while Klopp's midfielders score rarely, but they offer balance, protection, and grit. We are not saying that Liverpool's midfielders are inferior to anyone. It's just that they are used in different ways by Klopp. Liverpool does have a lot of quality midfielders who can dribble, shoot, and create, but Man City's midfield is more designed for exchanges of passes and creativity. Another way to understand the differences between these sides is that Liverpool's Fabinho is a defensive midfielder, a destroyer, whereas Manchester City's Rodri is their deepest midfielder. That's why Gundogan often plays in this position with ease. The job of centre-backs is very similar for both clubs, because despite what you may think of Klopp's style, Liverpool has become a more possession-dominant team. Having said that, if you look at the centre-backs of both clubs, you can see that Virgil van Dijk and Matip are stoppers, who can play the ball out from the back, while Pep's team recruits centre-backs by judging their ball-playing abilities before checking their defensive skills. It is reported that Pep Guardiola does not teach or practice tackles in training. Actually, City spends most of the time perfecting their passing. Alisson Becker and Ederson Moraes are two of the most expensive goalkeepers in the history of football. Both are masters at playing out from the back, but it is very clear that Alisson is a better shot stopper than Ederson. Once again, the choice of keepers shows the philosophy of both coaches. Alisson is first a stopper with amazing passing abilities, while Ederson's best traits are his amazing composure on the ball as well as his otherworldly ability to pick accurate long and short passes. Alisson's presence in Liverpool goal has been one of the biggest reason why the Merseyside club has such a good defence. Liverpool is a team that plays expansive football, which can leave them exposed occasionally, but Alisson is their insurance at the back. Meanwhile, Ederson is the definition of a modern-day goalkeeper in every sense. His ball distribution from City's goal is unparalleled, even by Alisson. Ederson's composure, when opponents try to press Man City, and his passing precision are perfect for the way the citizens want to play football. Klopp has evolved so much from his Dortmund and early Liverpool years when his football was all about pressing, fast and furious football. His Liverpool is very comfortable in making the play by their use of narrow attackers and high fullbacks. They are much more comfortable in starting attacks, in fact, they prefer to dominate possession. It is thanks to this improvement that Klopp's team can break deep defenses now, which was a problem in his early Liverpool days. Guardiola is also a coach whose team can beat teams in so many different ways. City still wants to dominate the ball with neat interplay, but they are ruthless on the counter-attack and their pressing is top-notch. Liverpool and Manchester City are two of the best teams in the world right now. They have assembled amazing squads with two phenomenal managers. There are some similarities but differences too that make both of these sides special in their own unique way. Thanks for watching. See more interesting videos.